let's dive in and let's talk about this defense, this coaching staff. What is it that makes them good? Now let's let Trey Lance, the quarterback, QB1. He was asked, "Man, what is it about the Bears defense? What do you see? What are your thoughts?"
Real sound. They all play together, play very hard. Real talented defense. Some guys, just looking at the depth chart. I mean, some guys the names that pop up that have been playing the game, at a really high level for a long time. So real talented defense, and a few young guys, especially in the secondary, who are talented players.
They got talent. They are sound. Allen Williams, who is his first year as defensive coordinator, you're going to hear that a lot. First year head coach, first year DC, first year OC. It's very abnormal. The youth movement is taking place in the NFL coaching ranks, which I like, but this is pretty extreme. And I think a lot of it is because the expectations are so low. These are all home run swings. So they're going to see who works and who doesn't. He came over with Eberflus. He was with the Colts as a defensive coach, came over. Okay, let's talk about what the Bears have, because very few stars, but they do have stars. They do have stars. They have 3 stars really on their defense, really just 2. Robert Quinn, 18 and a half sacks last year. That's freaking more than Bosa. He was incredible. He was absolutely insane. That matchup of Trent Williams versus Robert Quinn is going to be awesome. Now, as good as Robert Quinn was, is he as good as Trent Williams? No. Does that mean he'll beat him on one of the 60 plus snaps? Yeah, probably. He'll probably win a handful. He's a great player. But Trent Williams, I'm going Trent Williams on that one. Roquan Smith, one of the best linebackers in the game, especially whenever it comes to guarding the pass. Maybe not, he leaves something lacking in run support, but as far as like speed, agility, getting out in the pass, he's great. There's no doubt about that. And then Eddie Jackson, who's been around for a while, but he's a damn good player. He was a 4th round pick, but he continues to kind of show out. That's their defense. That's really all they got. Now, if we look at the weaknesses to oppose the strengths of the Bears defense, there's not any proven pieces really at all. Gordon and Brisker, I like. They're talented, but it's potential. They're young. Kind of like some of our potential guys. Yeah, Womack, I like. Yeah, Spencer Burford, I like. Banks, I like. But you haven't seen them do it in a real game. So that's going to be interesting. And again, if you're just looking at Gordon and Brisker, they're 2 prized, kind of secondary guys. They're going up against Debo and Ayuk. Does anybody want these 2 young, improving guys going up against somebody like Debo? I don't think so. I mean, if you just go position by position, you're going to have a pretty damn hard time finding one area of strength that the Bears have over the 49ers. Now, maybe the sum of their parts is greater than the individual pieces, but I'm just not seeing it. They do run a 4-3. And, if you're just looking at, again, just breaking down the coaching tape from the preseason and the Colts last year, kind of like what Trey said, expect to see a lot of cover 3, single high safety early. They like to get that extra man in the box on running downs. Second down, 2 high safeties into quarters. So very similar to what the 49ers do. In the red zone, it seemed like almost every snap that I watched was 2-man, where you have your 2 high safeties and everybody else is playing man. So it's interesting for sure. You got to neutralize Quinn, get a hat on Smith, and you should be able to run the ball against this front 7 if you're the 49ers. You should be able to. If they commit 8, then you got to take advantage with your studs. And it's not so much even taking advantage over the top. Get the ball out into the flats and allow Debo or Ayuk or Kittle, if he plays, to get that drop step, make some missed tackles, and get out there. I think those are some options that, you got to see. And I really hope that they do take place.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.